Well, hello and welcome to another Faith, Philosophy and Life with me, Mr. Shelton. I do hope that you are doing well. I wonder when you look at these pictures behind me, what these have all got to do with. What's the link behind all of them? Okay, yep, some of you may have got that. They're all to do with community. Okay, we've got a church community, a school community, a football club, and a community where people live. And I want you to think about, what do you understand by the term community? Because we're thinking about kingdom, we're thinking about values, we're thinking about the way that we have to work together and live together. And that's very true in this time as well. So have a think for a moment about what you understand by your local community, because here's our cheesy intro sequence. Okay, so our title today is Hope Through Community. Hope Through Community. We're going to do 2 lessons on the idea of community because it's really important when it comes to a unit about kingdom and community. So we're going to explore what's meant by community. As always, do write the title down and always pause me as you go. And our learning objective is to interrogate source material. We're going to be looking at some information today. It's going to be good if you can explain what the word community means. It's going to be great if you can explain how community makes a difference to people, and even better if we can give some examples of how you can improve your local community. As I say, it's going to be 2 lessons work, this one. So today we're going to think about what is community. We're going to look at a worksheet, look at what it means to belong, and then maybe go on to do some sort of leaflety thing, but we'll wait and see where it goes. So, what type of communities do these pictures show? So have a think, have a look. Okay, so you've got Great Britain, United Kingdom, you've got a family community, you've got the city of Manchester, and you've got a small town as well. All of those are examples of communities. Now the church is also a community. I bet you thought I'd be going there. And the early church was a very unique community as well. That means that the church that people, when the Christianity started off, was very different than the church today. So what I want you to do is I want you to look in the description below to find the worksheet on church, early church. These are extracts from the Bible. I put some questions with them. I'd like you to have a look through those and answer those questions in your book in full sentences if you would. If you need to write the question out, do so, but still reply in full sentences. And think about, what was the early church like? So give that a go now. Give yourself 5 minutes or so. See what you can get done, maybe 10 minutes. And when you're done, come back to me. Okay, I think you can see from that the early church was somewhat very different than churches that we have today. So let's move on to think about the community that we work in. Now, you can do this with circles if you want, or you can draw boxes, or you can just do it so you start small and then work outwards. It's entirely up to you. So to start off with, right in the very middle, I want you to write those family members that you currently live with, okay? Or pets as well, you can include those if you want. So just in the middle bubble, those family members that you currently live with. Okay, when you've done that, the next bit out, I want you to put about people that you see that you're very close to. So it might be relatives that you see very regularly. It might be your best friends that you see every day. And you try and limit yourself to maybe no more than 7 people in that box, because statisticians think that you can't have really any more than 7 bestest friends in the whole world. because you can't actually maintain that at that deep level. They just become friends rather than bestest friends. I don't know anywhere near 7 bestest friends. I have 1, maybe 2, and that's, yeah, very sad for me. And I'm not including my cats. So that's what's in your second section. In your third section, it's people that you'd call your friends, people that you'd look out for, that you'd say hi to, that you actually want to spend time with. They might not know every intimate secret of yours, but you are someone who you would class as a friend, and they are with you as well. In the next circle, you're going to do your acquaintances. So by this, you're going to be writing a lot more. People that you bump into, that you say hi to, that you know by name. You wouldn't call them friends, but they're people that you would say hi to, that you would recognise, that you'd speak to, albeit you're not very close to them. And then in the final circle, you put down the people that you maybe not know the names of, but people that you bump into fairly regularly. So, for example, the shopkeeper or the bus driver, if you have similar people there that you see. Those people that you might not even know their names of, so you might write year 10s or whatever. People that you know of, but you don't really come in contact with that much. That becomes your community. That becomes the world in which you inhabit in normal times. So with that done, we're going to think about something else now. We're going to think about this body. Now, I want you to draw a gingerbread man or a stick man, and I would like you to write down inside it the names of the people that are involved in school. So, for example, the head teacher, deputy heads, teachers, and so on. If you want to put their names, you can put their names. And then what you're going to do is you're going to try and work out which you think the most important part of that body is. What element of school would you say is the most important, and why? And put that underneath as well. So you're going to fill this body with lots and lots of different people in the organisation that you're linked with in your school, and then you're going to be saying about how you think that links what you think is the most important part. And pause me and come back to me. Okay, it's fascinating because the Bible talks about the church being like the body of Christ, with Christ as being the head, but actually everyone else having different roles and different responsibilities. So it talks about the idea that some are priests. It talks about the idea that some are evangelists. That means they tell other people about God. It talks about the idea that some people are people who show hospitality. They care for others. And it says none of those are more important than any of the others, but Christ is the head of the church. In the same way, there is the head of a school, but there are also governors and teachers and pupils, and you might start to argue who's the most important out of all of those. So we said a good outcome would be if you could explain what the word community means. We said it would be great if you could explain how community makes difference to people, and even better if you give examples of how you could improve your community. And obviously we're going to be looking at that next time as well. But let's think about this now. So for the rest of this session, what you're going to do is you're going to create a leaflet about what community means and the roles that people have in it. You can talk about any of the communities that we've listed already. So you could talk about your community, your school community, a church community. And I want you to think about what would make a good leaflet. It'd be some pictures, it would be some information, it would be some examples, maybe some go-to resources. And that's really where we're going to end this lesson. So you've got between now and the end of your time to create that leaflet. Please photograph everything. Please send it through to your teachers, because obviously we would like to see what you've done. And yeah, and that's where we'll end it. So thanks for your time. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Wash hands. God bless you. And keep this paused so you can make sure you know what you're doing. See you soon.